Hello, and welcome to this edition of our Auburn MBA Student Spotlight series. I'm Franco Prandi, Director of Graduate Career Services for the Auburn MBA programs. Joining me today is Joel Ngoyi. Joel is a dual degree MBA and Masters of Finance candidate from our class of 2022. Welcome, Joel. We're glad to have you with us.
Well, Frank, thank you for having me over. I appreciate that.
Joel, can you tell us about your background and the path that led you to join the Auburn MBA program?
Yes, for my undergraduate, I did go to Minnesota State University. When I was taking my undergraduate degree, I knew that I wanted to get an MBA, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna get just a basic MBA or if I wasn't gonna specialize in finance as well. So because I wasn't too sure what I ended up doing, I wanted to give it some time so I can think it through. Then after graduation, I ended up getting a full-time job offer with a Wells Fargo bank, where I worked as a personal banker for 2 years. Like halfway through my job, I was getting a pretty good idea and understanding as I was doing my research to what MBA I wanted to do. So I started looking through several MBA programs across the country, and none of them really had, most of them were a lot of them were just specific. So I looked at some of them up in the Midwest and then in the South. Well, the MBA program is a lot more expensive. I wanted to go where it's going to be more affordable. So that's when I looked at Auburn, because it's more cost affordable. And also they had the option of the dual MBA, which includes the MSF and the MBA. So that really got my attention. I started making phone calls. I reached out to several MBA students. A bunch of them told me that, yes, it is a great place to be at. It's really affordable. And also they do have a lot of hands-on practices. So that's how I ended up making my decision. It's based on the people that I talked to before coming to school here, and also the cost of the education at Auburn.
That's great. I'm glad you were able to reach out to students and find out that information to help you make your decision. Coming from a professional background, can you tell us a little bit about the transferable skills that you have leaned on from your career prior that you now apply as a graduate business student?
I would say, coming from the banking background, I'll say time management is one of the biggest things that I'm able to bring into my MBA program. Because on a daily basis as a banker, what I did, I had a set schedule to where I was meeting with a customer on a daily basis. The same thing translates within the MBA program. I mean, we have multiple courses every single day. And if you are not organized, you will fall behind. So it makes it a lot tougher. So being able to integrate my my time management skills that I was able to manage pretty well in from my banking experience, actually helps me to transition a lot better within the MBA program.
I can definitely see that translation there. One of the great things about our program is the cohort model that we use. Can you tell us what has been your favorite cohort experience so far?
I would say as of now, it's getting to know the people from a different background. So from that, once again, we get to learn from one another. I get to talk to people from different backgrounds, such as people from other countries, people from different undergrad degree, people from different career field. And from that, I get to learn the perspective on why they're here, why they're doing this MBA program as well. And what they're planning on accomplishing once they leave Auburn. So to me, it's a pretty good experience to just learn from one another to see what they're planning to go after this MBA is over.
That's fantastic. What advice would you give to prospective students about the opportunities that are available within the Auburn MBA program?
A pretty good advice would be, it is for sure something that you should highly consider. Don't just consider it, highly consider this thing. It's a great thing because it's going to set you apart for down the road, also for to be a lot more successful within your career path. And not only that also, but it's also going to shape your as a person by how you think critically, because the MBA program challenges you to step out of your comfort zone, also to interact with other people. There was just a lot of small pieces that goes with it. You get to learn a lot of and apply multiple skills, just like from being part of this MBA program. So it is a great thing to consider because you will get a lot out of it.
That's great. Will you tell us a little bit about your interaction with the Harbert College of Business faculty? In what ways have they been able to help you in your MBA journey?
Oh, that's a pretty good question. So I would say, as of now, they've been helping me. I'll say the challenges that I'm getting every single day. So for me to step out of my comfort zone, every time I get comfortable, I mean, there's always like something new. So like I'm always like on my toe, which is a good thing, which helps me also personally to improve as a person. But having the faculty challenging me every single day makes a huge difference, not just for the program, but this thing will also reflect down the road.
That's great. So Joel, where do you think your Auburn MBA education is going to take you?
My Auburn MBA will take me to multiple places. It's going to help me to accomplish the things that I've always wanted to do since I was in my undergrad, which one of them was which I'm about to do, to get my MBA degree. Then after that, to finally be in a leadership position. That's something that I've always wanted to do. And by having the MBA, it's going to separate me from a bunch of people right after graduation. It will place me in a better position to where I will be able to compete at a higher level, think a lot more critically, and also secure a leadership role after graduation. And also down the road, I will just strive from there.
Excellent. Joel, thank you so much for sharing your insights and your experiences and your perspectives with us today. We really appreciate you being here with us. To learn more about the Auburn Full-Time MBA program, visit us at harbert.auburn.edu. On behalf of our team at the Harbert College of Business, thank you and War Eagle.